to grips with the relationship between church and society. Now for me, this is an imperative. How do I build bridges between the spiritual body and civil society? I believe we do it through education. And I am now, my focus now, Anna, is on what I refer to as community education. So what I do is in fact, that's what Dr. Ivar Mendez and I did 3 weeks ago. I'm looking to build bridges between the faith and between culture, the culture I live in, the milieu, my social milieu. And I do it through community education. The only way you're going to get people out, Anna, to these dialogic sessions is if you're meeting felt needs. So I purposely address issues that I know people are grappling with. So in the case of Dr. Ivar Mendez, we were looking at the arts, the sciences, and the human condition, and how do we reconcile our faith with science? And he's quite big on spirituality. How do we make our faith operative where it's most needed, i.e. in the developing world, and he just received the Red Cross Humanitarian Award. What I was doing was endeavoring to meet felt needs. In August, I had a session on Freud, film, and psychoanalysis. Why did I do this? What is the last taboo? You can talk about homosexuality, you can talk about drug addiction, you can talk about anything. What you cannot talk about is mental illness. And the prevalency of mental illness, we must come to terms with. You would not believe, ladies and gentlemen, how many people, and I didn't even tell them what film they were going to watch. I said, we're going to have a dialogic session on Freud, film, and psychoanalysis, and I invited one of Canada's top psychiatrists, Dr. Jaswan Guster, who was just in Vancouver after she was in Buenos Aires. I mean, she's an international speaker. And I screened the film, actually Alfred Hitchcock's Spellbound. I highly recommend it. And then we had an open dialogue. We started at 5:30 in the afternoon. At 9:30 in the evening, there were 4 hands up. And we do these in this case, we do it in a church in the heart of Montreal, an inner city church. And because I want to do the most good to the most number of people, I look for places that it can accommodate a large number of people. And to make it accessible, I ask the church, please make sure this never costs more than $5. Even if it's a world-renowned scientist like Dr. Ivar Mendez. So it's meeting felt needs, and it's accessible to the population at large. You know, if you're meeting a need, Anna, people are motivated to learn. That's what we've got to focus on. What are the needs? We must ascertain that with our students. Are we running out of time? Okay. Well, maybe last question, and that'll be it for us. One last question. Anybody? Anybody? If you could ask me anything, what would you ask me now?
Have you met Ben Stein?
Have I met who?
Ben Stein, that's the guy who met anybody.
No, I never have. No. Well, I would like to thank you for your patience in enduring our time together, and I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you. I dialogue also through email. If you would like to pursue the dialogue, please let me know your emails, and even if I'm in Montreal or to get back to your question, Anna, basically I have devoted the rest of my life to bringing dialogic philosophy of education. So I received thanks to Professor Koivisto's organization organizing all this. I've come here. Next month I'll be at one of America's Ivy League universities. I'll be at Dartmouth. And also doing this anywhere. I go to church basements. I go to conferences. To me, it's the question of how do we do the most good to the most number of people. I've only got so much time left. How do I make every moment count as a pedagogue? Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen.